kings and the king's bride. And of course, Udika is also here looking a little bit, yes, fine, representing Nigeria on the green and white. Yes, don't forget, it's now Radio 105.95. Okay, so Esther, give us a biography of who you are.
All right, I am ESHO ESTHER Mojisola by name.
Okay.
I'm a senior medical practitioner in my final year in Lagos State College of Health Technology. And I'm also the founder of KKB, meaning Kings and Kings Bride. Like I said earlier Kings and Kings Bride is majorly female and minority of male. I put it majorly female because if you look at, like I said the last time, the ideology being passed down to us from our mothers, it's actually not pleasing at all. So we actually need to step up, like female need to have sense. We need to step up our game and actually start doing well in the globe, not just national, start doing well in the globe. That's
Okay,
what
when you say female, in quote, you're talking about women,
Yeah.
and you made a statement right now that female needs to start having sense.
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Look at most female now, like you start talking with them, like discussing with them, the ideology about some things is actually not appealing. It's not pleasing at all. So we actually need to start at least like making them increase, like breathing them up, like let them start increasing their knowledge on some parts, on some things they are not being taught or they don't just seem to know or being ignorant of, like in terms of their education, like the education does not even end in the kitchen. They should at least do some things more in terms of them being referred to as a second citizen of their own country. But the fact that you are based in Nigeria, you are still referred to as a second citizen of your own country because you're a female. So they should not just like just end in that ideology. They should step up their game, and if they're actually stepping up their game, then if a lot of things been coming out from them, there's a feedback from them definitely.
All right, okay. Now, speaking about the fact that because you're talking about ideology, you're also talking about the fact that women need to step up their game in terms of to woman up, and become a better version of themselves, not accepting being a second class citizen in a country where they are born and then legitimately here. Now let's talk about ideology. When you talk about ideology, ideology begins to tell us about a pattern of foundation where they came out from, a source in which they come out from. So would you want to say that one of the challenges a lot of girls today and women today are facing could be linked to the resource, to the sources in terms of parenting?
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So, like, if I look at my own background now, my mother always tell me don't have friends. Like, she does not have friends. So, they don't say anything like, friends, don't have friends, don't do this, you should be on your own and all that. And actually, see, there is good part of that, but there's also the bad side of it. Because if you cannot work as a one man person, you should ask friends, you should network. So because of that, I've not been able to network well. It's at this time of my life I start seeing the need of me begin to network. And it's actually affecting because I don't know how to make friends. I just have classmates, I just have classmates, I just have church people. Like I don't really have friends in my cycle, and it's actually telling on me more. So I now begin to see the reasons why I should have friends.
Why you should be associated yourself.
That's one part. Another part is the African mothers will tell you that there's no how you want to go to school and all that. Your marriage will actually suppress you and all that. I'm not saying marriage is not your priority, but at least you should be able to you should be able to balance your marriage life and your career life. Because of you are married doesn't mean your career should go for it totally. And because of your career lady does not mean that your marriage should go for it. So that means you should have a life of I should live a balancing life. Like balance your marriage, balance your career, then balance your health in terms of running those stuff and be able to balance your spiritual life too because God is the giver of life and strength.
Absolutely. Beautiful, well said. Now talking about ideology, because we're still talking, we're trying to build a discussion up and all of that. I like the part you're talking about. Balancing is very key. You mentioned three vital roles. You talk about your health, your marriage, your career, and also your spiritual, which is four. And then we see a lot of marriages today are breaking apart because of lack of balancing. The women feel that they also need to make their own money. Like they always say, a man's money is our money. Our money is
Yes,
our
my
own money.
money.
That's what the ladies they say today. Now that is an ideology. I don't know where it's from. Maybe it's from the pits of hell or from the kingdom of heaven. I don't know where it's from. But then we get to hear the statement all the time. And then we see breaking marriages. We see cracking relationship. We see indisposed society. We see a society that 90% are mentally cursed. we're dealing with a mental curse because it's a curse. It's a curse. And I can explain that, but I'm going to say that I'm not going to say that on the radio.
Okay.
Bring me on the platform. I'm going to tell you why it's curse.
Okay.
Why mentally, why madness is a curse. But then let's leave that apart. Now, let me ask this question. I lived in a time because there's this adage when I was growing up. I saw parents and I saw my mom telling my younger sister, because I'm three, two born a girl. I'm the second child. My elder brother, she's the kid sister. I remember my mom telling her that a man shouldn't touch you, that the moment he touch you, you get pregnant. So, and then I noticed my younger sister at the time that my mom was telling her this ideology and all of that until, as far as I can remember, she rejected every man that came her way because she never wanted anything called relationship. My mom made her felt like men are they're evil. They're just to come and destroy and all of that. And at the time, I was a teenager, in as much as I was exposed, but then I just couldn't start becoming a rebel and start telling that Momsy was lying, Momsy was doing this. But at the time, I was in a university and I knew at the time I wasn't home. So then I started helping her to regain certain knowledge by telling her what Momsy told you is a lie, because our parents, in a way, feed us with a lot of lies.
Oh, yeah.
So, were you in this category also? And if you are, how were you able to deal with that? Because a lot of girls who are listening to you right now, a lot of women who are listening to you right now, who also share this in part with you. But then, how were you able to deal with that at the time in your life?
Actually, I was in that category at the time, but it actually helped me when I actually came into school. I'm into health,
Yeah.
so I was being with health and all that. So I was like, so all this woman has telling me is all lies. So it was through my health knowledge and all. At my year one, I began to like relate those stuff. So if a man touched me, especially I can't get pregnant and all that. And I feel that this
I was thinking maybe
time,
sperm is translated through
yeah.
touching them.
At this time, African mothers we should start telling our children the truth, especially the girls. I feel we start telling them the truth, and instead of we should do the sex education the right way,
Absolutely.
not with lies.
Yeah.
And sex education, they felt that telling a child about the organs in the body,
Organs,
it's a kind of a kind of
anatomy,
sin and all that.
That's a sin.
Yes, actually, it's actually not a sin actually. And they would be like telling a young girl about your part of the body and all that is not right. It's kind of somehow. We should actually say it the way it is instead of cutting corners and telling a big lie that will actually affect us later in the future. Yeah, that's just it. And they'll be like, at what age should we start telling the child about sex education? As from small, like from very young age, from 2, 1. Like you use their sign. If anybody touch you here, or part of your body, the front part, you scream. If anybody touch your booty, scream. You get that kind of stuff. There is a way you can actually relate to those stuff to young children as at 1, 2 years old. So from there, you start increasing and start saying it's raw. Tell them raw. Don't cut corners. Because my you're telling me now.
Raw.
Yes, you're telling me now as a young lady, as my maybe as my teenage, they're telling me if a guy touch you, he gets pregnant. So, like, for instance, I'm in the bus. I'm actually sitting down, like, this person get here. I'm like, hey, like, I'm pregnant. So, stuff like that.
That means at the end of the day, let's say you're going in and coming in, you were sitting in the bus, and then those period you sat down close to like 4 men, maybe going. You sat with one boss, you dropped, you had to take another boss. So that simply means if you touch 4 guys, you're having quadruplets for that day. So if every day you are getting, so if every day there's a quadruplet for a month, let's calculate it. So come on.
So we should just start letting the GM child the truth. Let's stop this lie. Let's stop this lie. Let's do let's do the sex education the way it is, very raw.
The way it should be done properly. Now, I like the fact that we're talking about sex education today. Anyway, in case you're tuning in, I'm here with she's an egg practitioner. I'm talking about Miss ESHO Esther, the founder of KKB Kings and Kings of Bride. And today we're talking about the girl child, the feedback of the girl child, and we're majorly talking about sex education being done properly. Also outgrowing or dealing with the parental lies we were told as a child. I remember when I was in secondary school, like I said, I'm a Sunday school teacher in my church, in as far as I do all the ministries and all that, but in my church. And then I remember in my department, we teach kids and we call the names of things that should be called. If it's a guy, would tell the young boy, this is a penis. Understand? Don't tell him, iron be this. What is iron? You call it penis. So let them understand. If it's a girl, you tell them this is your ovary, this is a vagina, this is this. And all of these reminds me of when I was in secondary school. And then when I was in secondary school, I was the president of the school fellowship. I remember when my Babatunde was my biology teacher, and then he comes to the class, and that day was trying to teach us about the woman's parts, the male's part and the male's body. There's a friend of mine who attends a church. I'm not going to call the name of the church, who they believe in certain kind of doctrine that a woman shouldn't sit close to a man in a church, so they separate themselves. And when the I wanted to say when the pastor started preaching, when the biology teacher started talking and was trying to describe the part of women and all that, you know what he did? He stood up and left the class and said, for him to hear such was a sin. Okay. Now at the end of the day, we're writing exam. Exam came out, and then he failed biology. And I told him, I said, for you to also fail is the same. And then at this point, I was confused. Now, we see all kinds of churches, we see all kinds of doctrines today in the society, from the Muslim part, to the Christian part, to the parental ideology. There are a whole lot of ideology put up in the society today about sex education. In churches today, we don't even preach about sex education. We're not talking, we're not saying the way it is. Just only some few ministries that are able to come out to say all of this. Now, how do we begin to teach the girl child today, or where do they fetch out this information from? Who are the people responsible to begin to teach the girl child? Because today we see a young girl today going the streets of Lagos. There's this leggings like a tight where girls are supposed to wear inside of them. They wear it comfortably and a crop top, moving freely in the street of Lagos instead of bus. Now, who is responsible? Yes, I understand what is called self-thought, self-education, but who are the people responsible to begin to tell these people that all the learned are lies?
Everybody is actually responsible. Everybody with the right education, everybody with the right information are actually responsible for like educating those that are not aware of it. From the pastor to the imam to the teachers, to anybody at all, not just the health workers. Anybody at all. And the funniest thing is that anything being said on the altar or on the how will I say, the pulpit of the Muslim guys, you get it. They believe it faster. They believe it. They believe it's more. It always goes a long way. Yes, of like not just hearing it, like resting in their mind, because people have this confidence in their pastors, in their imam. Anything they say is just the truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They
so
take them as a mini god.
yes, if the pastor and the imam they start saying about this sex education, it should actually go a long way. Like it should go a long way. So everybody with the right knowledge is actually responsible. It's actually their duty, not just the health workers, not just the health worker is just the only one that can actually do this stuff. They're actually responsible of passing this information out.
All right, it's quite responsible for passing out this information. In case you're tuning in, it's the afternoon drive, of course, with Jeffrey. I'm having an exclusive interview with one of my finest guests, Miss ESHO Esther, talking about the feedback on the girl child. And today we're giving a lot of expose about the girl child and every lies. In a short moment from now, I'll get to open the phone lines. Feel free to call me up and tell me what lies have you been told as a girl that now you realize. What are those lies you were told? Okay, so call me up and tell me. For some of you, if they taught you get pregnant, for some of you, if they do this, so what were the lies you felt now that you know better? There was something I said on my timeline. Whatever you have learned late, teach your children early. Whatever you have learned late, teach your children early. Some of us learn some of the things we know now. For some people like me, I was privileged to be bookworm right from time, so we don't know no. But then for people who learned late, teach your children early. So we'll get to talk about this today. I'll get to open the phone line so you can feel free to call me up and tell me what lies did you think as a woman or as a girl you were told while you were growing up that today you realize that, oh, what they said to you was a lie. We'll get to talk about that. All right, guys, so let's go take some break. When we come back, we have more to talk about. Don't forget, it's the feedback on the girl child with Jeffrey on Now Radio 105.9 FM. We're right back after this.
If you cannot help the young girl, don't destroy her future. Educate the girl child about rape.
Save the innocent girl from the wicked rapist.
That little girl is innocent. Save the others by imprisoning today's child rapists. We cry for justice for the little girl.
She could be your sister.
If you can't help us, don't harm us.
Treat the little girl as your daughter or sister.
What if your son grows up to marry the girl that you raped?
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape. Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
Say no to rape.
There's this saying that love is blind. It has been oversaid, registered in our minds, so it has to be true, kinda like this. Let me break it down, give you an insight. This most guys can relate with. You see a girl for the first time, nice eyes, beautiful work, and you say she must be mine. So you go over to say hi. You tell her our eyes makes your heart skip a beat. Our smile makes you trip and land in the stars. How you love for you two to come together to become one like two half moons. All the smooth talk just to get a number. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. You feel lovesick. She laughs at your boring joke. You compliment her ugly makeup. I mean, how do you draw those eyebrows? They look like Nike upside down, but you're blind to see this. If only she would say yes, you wish, and she says yes. What is next? 2 weeks into the relationship, you realize her breath stinks. Her eyes are too big. Looking at her from the side, she has big, scary lips, and you begin to wonder, what have I gotten into? How did I get into? The butterflies you felt the first day you saw her turns into vultures staring at your inside every time you see her. Now I wonder if the words you said to her were true the first day she said yes to you. You said, I love you. Guess you really don't know what love is. It is not the struggle to get to the top most people are afraid of. It is climbing that ladder, slipping right through and falling. You see, we've all got the law of gravity stuck in our head. What goes up must come down, so we're afraid to fall. We're afraid to fail, because then what will be our bill? So we stand pale in our scared mortal body, questioning, doubting, maybe there is no remedy for the sickness. I'll lie until I am lifeless. You see, getting a job in this country is so impossible, so maybe I'll just stick around with my dad too. Doesn't matter how much I read, I never get to pass my exams, I never get to take the lead. So maybe school is not just my thing. She has to be my wife. She is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. This is the third time I am almost sure, so I guess there's no wife for me. So we stand pale in our scared mortal body, forgetting there is somebody who sees past our iniquities. You see, he sent his only begotten son to come die for our sins, creating a whole new chapter, a whole new scene, and bringing forth grace for humanity. But yet we stand pale in our scared mortal body, forgetting we have a father telling us to come closer. Won't you come closer? And yet we stand pale in our scared mortal body. You see, God cannot forget us. God has never forgotten us. We are the ones that have ever forgotten Him. We place our problems, our tribulations above our existence. Facebook and Snapchat and tweeting about everything, and we forget Him. He says, call upon me and I will show you great and mighty things that you do not know. It's that simple. Just call.
Hi, this is Bruno Mars.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce.
Hey, everybody, this is Ryan from One Republic. Just hit on
Now radio, 105.9 FM.
All right, welcome back. Of course, this is Jeffrey James on Now Radio 105. In case you're tuning in, it's a fantastic afternoon. Of course, I'm having my guest in the house here. Talking of Miss ESHO Esther, of feedback, talking about the girl child. Today is going to be quite an awesome time. So in case you're tuning in, of course, she's here. Finally, she has come. Yes, the second coming of Christ. All right, okay, yes, she was here the first time, of course. Today's like the second coming. We're talking about the feedback and all of that, what it went through at the past event that she did organize to be able to empower it and to reshaping and to change the cognitions of how women think today or today's society. But then later in the day, or probably later in the show, I'll get to open the phone line, maybe take a few calls or text messages to tell me what are those lies that you think your parent lied to you while you were a child as a girl. Let's get to find out some. All right, for me, for my younger sister, if they taught you you're pregnant, number one, if you don't tie your hair to church, you might not make heaven. So, and all the ones. Okay, so let's get to find out. Okay, let's begin to deal with these lies. All right, okay, Esther, back to you. Before we continue, let's talk about the event. The last time we were here, we talked about the event you were putting up together, and you talked about having some guest speakers to come. Some items that actually have to do with women are going to be given to them. I felt like the guys did they give them part, okay? And what did you do with it? Probably, of course, they'll give it to their girlfriend and all of that. But then we still have some who were. I'm not going to go into details. So I'm not going to go into details. Let me don't drag people because they've been dragging me. All of a sudden, I saw my name coming out on one international magazine and on one international blog, and some people are dragging me internationally already. So then let me just calm down with this period. So but then let's talk about the event. How did it go?
Especially went to it, so that's that song. So it was mind blowing. Being it the first time, I actually does not expect the crowd that came. So it was actually splendid, and I felt fulfilled after the program.
Oh, you cried?
Felt like.
All right, so let's talk about the guest speakers that came. Because I remember you mentioned they will be speaking on different topics and all that. So how was it with them? How were they able to? And what exactly were they talking about the girl child from your area?
Okay, we have the first guest speaker who is the marriage coach. So she talked about relationship and marriage for those that are married who were in that program, marriage, and those that are in relationship, single ladies relationship. And also the other guest speaker, which is my pastor's wife, she talked about money. That's the financial aspect. Money.
That's a serious problem in relationship and marriage.
Money.
We will get there. Nigerian girls are money. We'll get there. I mean them today. We die here.
Yeah, she talked about money seriously, and it was actually an awesome problem period with her. So actually, I myself actually gained a lot from her section. So anyways, then we also have a practitioner, which is I. So I talked to the girl about their personal hygiene, their pads and all, from their head to from the crown of their head to the toe of their feet and all that. So we also have fun time, we dance, we play music and all that. At the end, we did merriment and sharing of pastor. So it's actually people are actually coming to our DM like, we actually need more of this. It is the first of a kind in Nigeria. It's really and all that. It's not just concert. So we actually need more of this to talk to the girls, and they should have sense. And some persons, like the guys, they came and they said, they actually needed the boy child, that we should organize the boy child.
Tell them I'm coming for them.
Yeah, so we told them that there is something kicking up for them for the boy child.
Tell them I'm coming for them. Maybe the next one, we're going to be having a partnership, you and I. I didn't want to say this before, but then I'm just say this in the radio. I already do something called Man Up. Okay, Man Up is strictly for the boys, for the man. So this time around, it could just be Man Up in collaboration with KKB. We'll come up with something. So they will hear what.
They're actually requesting a lot. Something now. Girl child. Like, you guys should sponsor.
Just tell them to relax. Say they want to hear what. The word they will hear for the next 3 months, they will not recover.
Okay.
You could take my word to the bank.
All right.
Yeah. So, but tell them let them get sponsors. Like you said, if we get sponsors, Ejesha will explode. We'll gain for them. All right, that's quite a nice one on the way. Say the fact that we had people, your pastor talked about the marriage relationship with single persons, the other speaker talked about women, money and all that, and then you handle the issue of the health. Now let's start from the issue of the health, because I have a serious problem with that when it comes to health, because personal hygiene is very important. Now, this is a personal story to me. You see a girl, a rocking body, like I was saying on my show, in my spoken word. You see a girl with a rocking body, and then from a distance, your eye cuts. You want to say, just want to go and say hi. At the end of the day, 1 month, 2 months, her breath stinks. 3 months, and then, you guys sit down, you're eating the onions, and she's eating the beef, and she asks you why. I say, onions is good for the body, and all that. And then, let me leave that one. Personally, there was a time I was invited to a party, like a birthday party, an in-house party. And being the celebrity, they're like, oh, Jeffrey, you must dance, I'm like, okay, let me dance. And then they're like, okay, maybe probably they'll call it game, truth and dare. Okay. And they said, okay, we fell to a girl, and they told her, you must pick a guy to dance with. Obviously, it was me she came to pick. And I'm very tall, so she's a bit not tall. So while we're dancing, I noticed she was coming closer to me. The smell was coming from somewhere. And I was wondering, where is this smell coming from? And we being a radio presenter, we always want to know exactly what's going on. And I decided to get a little bit closer to find out what the smell was all about. And I noticed the wig she was wearing was smelling. He was woozing, And ladies today, I'm sorry, with all apologies to all the women listening to me. You guys don't sun your wig. You guys just wear it. You come back, you just put it in the one hanger, and then you carry it. You don't treat it. You don't sun it. It smells. Let me ring a bell. And all the stuff. Let me not go into details because they might kill me. I intend to see my birthday. Please, I'm +1 on Tuesday. I want to be alive. So let's start from that. So how do they begin to deal with personal hygiene? Because a lot of ladies just feel the most important thing is their physical appearance, their outward adornment, but they don't take care of the internal. So how do we begin to deal with that? Because probably I've seen where some ladies are having discharge, and when that discharge happens, just relocate from that compound. I'm not going to cap. I was in Solary one time, and I went to see a friend of mine, and then I think I went to play football, and I played football a lot. So when I was in Solary there, we went to the pitch, we played football, we came to the compound. I didn't know what happened, but let me not give the details of what really happened, but something well done. And all of a sudden, do you know how cupboard? There's this cupboard smell, but not just the house, the full compound, even plus the fresh air with wind blowing, the smell mixed with the air. I didn't know when I wasn't asking for for air freshener. I wasn't for insecticide. We need to kill these germs that is spreading this smell. But that's not a lie, but that's a reality. That's a true life story. So how do ladies begin to deal with a personal hygiene?
Actually, they should be self-conscious, not just the outside part of the body they should take care of. They should be self-conscious about their whole part of the body, any part of the body. Like I said on that program, I told them that you take care from your hair to your toe. Let's start from the hair. You see some ladies, their hair under the wig, they'll just roughly and
yes,
just
and
put the
they
wig
wear before they wear the wig, they wear this
scarf.
scarf, and that scarf is almost dark, and darkness accumulates heat. Like it's always dark. I don't call it black; it's dark, and that provides heat. That's why you see that they're always heating because it's scratching. The heat is there. They take it off. They don't even sun that. The wig, they don't even. So, Lord, God have mercy.
And just to them that they should be conscious more. Like, I don't want to mention this. If you look at most of the times when we are at the antenatal section in the hospital, you look at pregnancy. We do tell them pregnancy is not a disease. For the fact that you are pregnant, comb the hair. For the fact that you are pregnant, comb the hair, wear nice clothes. And you that you are not pregnant, so you are not combing the hair, you are not doing your hair nice and all that. If you are not pregnant, how will you now look like? So don't tell them from your hair. And that very day, I told them about their oral hygiene. So that in the morning, brush your teeth in the night, and I told them the reason why they should brush their teeth while returning back to night. Brushing of teeth should be the last thing they should do.
So before going
Why?
to bed.
Because everything they've eaten, like actually hang, the particles stays in every corner of the
Yeah.
of the mouth and all that. So we need to wash them off. If not, by the time we retire back to bed, microorganisms they function more in the night.
True.
Why we are resting. So in the daytime
They are
they
weak.
are yes. Why in the daytime while we are active they are inactive. So by the time we are inactive they are active. So at night they start doing all their
Yeah.
all
They start
their
telling the other members,
activities.
no sleep, no sleep, no
Yes.
sleep.
Wake
He's
up.
done here.
So they start doing all the activities and all that. So those particles that are there, they feed on it, and now they are doing festival and all that. So in
Go
the
on
morning, and if you're not the type of person that you wake up and
The
we
brush.
African mothers are be sorry, we Africans will be like, this is when we eat when you've not brushed your teeth. That is when it has a lot of taste.
Yeah,
Imagine.
that's what it's saying.
So
And some will tell it's medicinal, it cures some
yes.
certain incurable disease and all of
So
that.
imagine
Some kind of devilish mentality where it's best from, I don't even understand.
Yeah, so imagine you've not brushed your teeth last night and the microorganisms they've actually feast on you and like did a lot of festival and parties. So you now wake up in the morning, first thing you're doing, you're carrying a spoon of rice, you swallow there back. So you actually washing down those particles into your stomach again, your system again, and from there your mouth begins to ooze. The thing is not just a one day something. It is like accumulating of particles and all that. So I told them from there we should actually be conscious of every part of our body, their hygiene. Told them about the hair, I told them about them. I even told them I speak more on the vagina. Some people will go in as much as I told them it's not about there are some little things you will do. Change your panties, wear two pants like morning night and change your panties and all that. But you see them, you'll be wearing one pants, in short, some
For
can
1
wear
week.
for 1 week, and you still be using soap to wash that vagina, which is not ethical.
Some will just even use water and spray the pants and just drop somewhere and then carry it again. Jekamalo.
Yeah, that's just I told them that it's a personal hygiene, like your
The same thing with
hygiene
guys
is
as
not-
well. I'm coming for the guy because I'm talking about ladies here. So ladies don't feel that I'm just trying to attack you ladies. I'm coming for the guy because some guys' boxes are not boxing.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get there. Their boxes are boxing actually. There's some jams just boxing you.
So I told them that the vagina should just be washed away with water. Just the
Only.
water, yes, just the water only, no soap, nothing. And don't try as much as possible to you want to wash the inside part of the vagina because if you are actually observing your personal hygiene, the vagina has its way of cleaning itself. So you're not the
Charging
one,
off, yeah.
yes. So you should not let the vagina clean itself. By the time you are like helping it, you alter the pH level of the vagina, and the vagina might become
All right,
irritated.
just all the starts. We're going to continue from here. This is where I want to open the phone line because this is getting interesting. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm having another guest in the house in the person of Mrs. Chika Namani. She's an ambassador of many types. She's also coming to discuss something about women and drug abuse. Today's phone field packed. I might be calling her in the studio to come and say one or two things about this matter because I know she's very, very interested. Where she is right now, she's boiling because I know her already. Now it's time for you to call the phone line because right now I'm talking to Esther Eshon. She's a medical practitioner and health practitioner, Hidden Stream, the founder of KKB Kings and King's Bride. Okay, please, in case you have any question you want to ask her in terms of your body anatomy, because a lot of women don't even understand their body anatomy. Okay, what time? Some women, when they are in the process of discharging their menstrual cycle, they just can't sleep. Their stomach, they're turning here and there. For some people, it's just normal for them. They don't feel pain. You might want to ask why is it like that? Because I've always want to know what's the difference between some people who are seeing their menstrual cycle, they don't feel pain, they're just normal. And for some people, it's like the heaven wants to fall. And for some people, it comes for a longer time. For some people, 7 days, 3 days. Why are all of this? I want to know today. So guys, if you have any question you want to ask, please do call the number 0803784 0153 0803784 is the number to call in case you want to ask anything. As a lady, as a woman, you've been listening to the show. Even as a man, you want to find something. Maybe your daughter is beginning to act in a certain type of a way. As a guy, you're beginning to observe like, oh, why is my girl child like this? As a man, you also need to understand about your girl child, how to begin to understand necessarily adjustment and development about your girl child. So any question you want to ask relating to a girl child, please I have a girl child experts here who's here to attend to your question. The number to call is 080 3784 0153. 080 3784 0153 is the number to call. All right, okay? Let me say something else before I help
Okay, I
you.
was trying to tell them that the vaginal aspect, you shouldn't alter it like trying to clean it because that's the way of cleaning itself. So, and in the process of
All right, okay, we're getting a caller here already. Let's get to pick this call and find out who's calling. All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Are you calling from?
My name is Q from the Youth Sorting Out. Is this a good time to speak to you, sir?
All right, okay. I'll call you back in a few minutes' time.
Okay.
All right, okay. You're welcome. All right, that's a different call for a different youth sorting out programs. Anyway, people just keep calling different after different. All right, the number to call is 080 3784 0153. 080 3784 0153 is the number to call. Okay, we're talking about the video milk. All right, let me quickly pick up this up again. Did I say video milk? Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Are you calling from? From Papa, what's the name, please? Okay, Shagun. Okay, please, Shagun, go ahead, sir.
I want to confirm my girl.
Okay.
The fourth menstruation, the fourth day, the hell. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh, and then I can't take on the yeah, the one how many to keep. So the second day, that is what's going on. I want to know what is the problem and what is the cause.
Did you get that?
Okay, yeah.
All right, okay. Thank you for calling. She will attend to your question now. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you was trying to say that the first day of a child menstrual cycle is always ill, and the second day to calm down.
Yeah.
Like people with different body systems. People actually have different body systems. So for some persons on the first day they felt nothing and all that, but some persons throughout their this thing they'll be like backaches and all that. So you just actually check what is actually good. Some persons maybe they take sugar throughout the just try to check what your body actually is good to go for and what just for you to actually check your body system, what actually is going with and what is not going with. So you try to cut off to stop when it is the ovulation period. Get your body prepared for it. But for me, if I take one carton of sugar, nothing will happen. So that's just it, yeah. But some persons, when they did not take sugar, naturally it pains. They just have this menstrual cramps. So I would say it's normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. It's normal. So I hope she's been able to attend to your question. Anyway, in case you're tuning in, this is the Afternoon Drive with Jeffrey James. Of course, I'm having Miss ESHO Esther, a medical practitioner and health practitioner. Today, we're talking about the girl child, really revealing things about women and also the girl child from hygiene and all of that. And if you have any question in respect to understanding your body, because as a woman sometimes you see certain changes and you see certain discharge from your body, you see certain things happening to you, and you're wondering if some of your friends had gone to see Baba or there's a curse coming from somewhere. There's no curse. It's all about understanding your body. It's all about understanding the woman beauty, the woman anatomy, and all of that. And if you have any question or any health issues or any health question you might be looking for clarity from, rather than you going to the hospital to go and pay for a section with the dentist or whatever it is, you are getting this today for free. All right, you're getting this today for free. So feel free to call the number 08037840153. 08037840153 and ask any question relating to the woman body, to your health, some medical issues you think you're dealing with. Don't be shy right now and feel like, okay, why would I put my problem outside there on radio? You never can tell. This, you might just get a solution. It's for free. You're not paying an amount rather than you going to the hospital. As a man, also, you could also as well call and also get to find out a lot of questions. All right, we're talking about, before our call out, we're talking about the vagina and the discharge. Women shouldn't wash with soap or that liquid, whatever. Wash with water and then don't insert your hand in your entirety and try to want to do factory resetting. That that won't really work. Let it discharge freely as they receive, freely give, and all of that. So, yeah.
So that's what I told her. Like, Just don't wash with it. Like all this family wash, nothing. Just use water. Water is actually the best. And I'm not saying you should use water to wash inside of your vagina. Don't think that. Just use the water to wash the lips of the vagina. That is the vulva. So for those that don't know the meaning of vulva, the lips of the vagina, just wash at the surface level
Okay.
and leave the vagina to like do its own cleaning. And also tell them that some persons also they ask some questions that if they use the shaving of a thing, using shaving stick,
Yeah.
discuss about boys or any kind of virus. Like, don't reuse the shaving stick you've used before. And if you still
Don't
use a
repeat
new
it.
yes, and if you use the new one and you still actually see those stuff still coming out, there are a lot of shaving powder out there now. Just apply and those things will fall off.
But those shaving powder are chemically made, and some of them are quite stronger.
And that's why you say, depending on your skin,
Okay.
then you can actually look for the ones like there are some ones that there are some that are actually not so harsh, soft and not harsh on the skin. So depending on your system, just try to look for what this the product that is best for you. And
For
if it's
you.
still shaving, shave. And if you some people say if they shave clean clear, that is when it's common. Some people they just cut down it's a bit
They
like
trim it.
yes, trimming and all that. So just check for what's work for you and just don't leave that place bushy. That's
And like we're now harvesting cassava,
mhm.
and all of that. Anyway, one other thing I want to talk about, because we're talking about vagina right now on social media sometimes, and on platforms, I've seen where a lot of ladies today are selling vagina cleansing peels, and some of them call it they call it vagina cleansing peel. Some of them call it sweetener
Sweetening.
sweetness. I mean sweetener peels and all of that. And let's talk about that. How far?
I do say if not water is nothing.
Hmm.
If it is not water to wash it, it's nothing. And if you are looking for what will sweeten it, like maybe you during sex and all that, because I don't see what is sweeten anything. And if you're always like some persons do that to put those pills maybe when they are trying to access with their partner and they seem dry, see your doctor. It might be due to infections and all that. So you should not be looking for what to make you wet. So your libido, you should be able to like with your
It's all about
libido,
your immune
yes,
system and all that, not about the peel
not
now.
about the pill. So those things is not sugar that you're putting there that they're saying sweetening and all that. So if not water used to wash it, it's nothing like water. And if you are still dry during sexual intercourse or it's painful during sexual intercourse, then see your doctor, talk to your doctor. It can be due to some other things you are not even aware of. So that's just it.
All right, beautiful. All right, okay, guys. I guess you guys are learning a lot. Like I said, today's phone-packed field. I'm having my second guest that will be coming up shortly. But then, Miss Esther as Sean didn't just come alone. She came with two other beautiful ladies who probably are also wearing wig. As I'm talking about wig, they're just feeling guilty and all of that. But anyway, these were some of the attendees that actually came to the program that actually came to the program. So we get to find out about their name and how they feel about the program, and then they tell us exactly what actually went all down. But guys, don't forget, let's just take a short break. When I come back, you're going to be hearing the voice of the people who were in the program to tell us about the experience and what they learned. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back after this.
That's why she eats the beef, and when she sees you crying from eating the onions, you're like, I can't live my life without you. You're just too beautiful. I mean, love is the reason you spend recklessly on her, right? Thoughtlessly, you think of unhooking her bra, plus she is the only one that has made me feel this warm. I can't go.
All right, so welcome back, and of course, in case you're tuning in, you're still in Now Radio 105, do it, not a FM. All right, okay.
3 days, 1 week.
Yes, that's Now Radio 105, do it, not a FM. In case you're tuning in, of course, it's the afternoon drive. I'm still having Miss ESHO Esther, founder of KKB Kings and Kings Bride, of course, here today to talk about the feedback about the girl child. And of course, she came around with two guests at the event who actually experienced and went through all of the trainings, all of the tutorship, and all of the teachings that actually went down on that same day. All right, we get to find out exactly their names and to tell us what are the experience at the event. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
All right, okay. You want to tell us, sir, your name? You need to speak a little bit louder, okay, so we could hear you very well.
Okay.
So, okay, you want to tell us what's your name?
My name is Ajayi Omobolale.
Ajayi Omobolale.
Yes.
All right, okay, go ahead and tell us. You attended the event, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and tell us about your experience.
My experience at the event was good. I really learned a lot as a lady. The woman that came to speak to us about she's a finance expert. She talked about money, how to make savings, how to earn money as a woman. She talked about how we women are depending on a man, not getting money from a man, like trusting, just relenting on a man before you get money to spend. She taught us on how to save, and she made us know that you must be valuable as a woman. She said value attracts value as a woman. So you must be educated, like you must be valuable to others too. And I also learned about multitasking as a woman. Yes, like taking care of the home, doing some other things, balancing your relationship, your marriage with your career. Yes, well, actually learned some things there as well, and on how also on how to take care of your body system. Just as a Mrs. Esther said earlier, how to take care of the vaginal, the stuff like that. Your mouth, the horror parts of the body. So
All right, okay, it's quite interesting to see that you have learned all this, but then now before you came to the event and all of these things were said about the speaker who talked about money and finance, that you being a woman, you learn how to place balance between money, your career, your home, marriages, and relationships. Now, before all of this teaching, what is your mindset before you got exposed to this knowledge? How do you see relationship like? Do you think before it was a thing whereby it is a case of the man always financing everything you do? So, how was it for you before you got this information?
actually, let me say before for me, like let me say most young ladies now they are not really exposed, and you always have this mindset of like, okay, once I have a boyfriend or a fiance, like me getting money from them to do some things like this, like, and it's not that until you have a big business because before you can actually take care of yourself or spend money on yourself. No, with the little you are doing, yes, the home actually gave us some steps, some analogy on how to save money. From the little you are earning, you can even save to buy car yourself, to build house for yourself without any man be responsible for it.
Absolutely true. All right, okay. Okay. Now we just talked about the money part because money is a very serious matter when it comes to relationship. And then I wouldn't want to put you in the spots right now because I wanted to ask you a few questions about if you are or you are not. If you are in a relationship, then the problem between you and I will go up higher, and the question will go a little bit deeper. But let me not put you in the sports. But then let's talk about the fact that you did mention about women of today who are very keen about. It's more like the motivation for a lot of women to go into a relationship now is all about a guy who has money. So it's more like every single person is just out there for the big cash. So not necessarily because I love the guy, I want to be with the guy, but they are with a person because of the fact that the guy has money. And today on social media, you see where a lot of guys are coming out to say that a lot of women, both sex in a way, are doing the both, but it's more like the guys attacking the women that most women are now gold diggers because why they're looking for a man who's already made and all of that. Now, what would you say about the society today and the young girls today who feels that money is what motivates them to want to be with a guy? There was something that happened 4 days ago on social media. I don't know if you guys saw it. A lady sent a voice note to her boyfriend that if her boyfriend does not give her 400,000 naira, the relationship is over, and it's trending on social media. She sent a voice note and sent a message to the boyfriend. The boyfriend cropped the message, and of course, he went on some platforms on social media that if the boyfriend does not give her 400,000 naira, the relationship is over. Now, how do we begin to correct some of these mistakes in the young women today who feel, or rather, who are only motivated to go into a relationship just because of money?
What I
The
say
matter
is
tire you abi. They don't.
what I say is that relationship is not actually based on money.
Okay.
And even most guys now, let me say they are very wise now. Some will pretend like they don't have money or they don't have anything just to test the lady. So let me say love is not based on money. It is what just come willingly. Like if you are a lady, you are okay, you are educated, you have a good work, even if you don't have the little you have, you have a source of income. I'm not expecting such lady to like depend on a man, for feedings and all stuff like that. I'm a student at Unilag and my dad is late. So my mom, she's in Kwara State. I'm living here with someone in Lagos. So the person helps me some in the aspect of paying my school fees, but like getting some things for myself. Yes, I'm into catering. I sell clothes to earn money. I sell pep. I sell different things at school just to get little. So I'm not depending on any man or looking up to a boyfriend before I can get this and that. So that is not really advisable. Like just have something doing. Get something doing as a lady. Or let me say as women. Don't just sit at home relaxed. I was talking with someone yesterday.
Cross your leg and be ordering for
Yes,
shower man.
even
Netflix
all these
and
full
chills.
house woman now, I don't understand. A guy, I was speaking with the guy yesterday, and the guy was like, I can't allow my wife to be a full-time wife. It was like even when she is at home doing nothing, you have all these kind of bad thoughts coming into your mind. Then you'll be thinking of having a man friends and not. Just find something doing.
Get
That's
yourself
it.
engaged.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful word. All right, okay, before I will come back to you, okay, before I go to the other speaker, now that you've learned all of this, because now this it's a self-thought, and then you were, even if you're quite aware of some of this thing that was really happening there in the society, but then you've been more exposed to some of this knowledge in terms of what a woman could do to be able to save certain amounts of money. That you could buy a car, build a house, and even sponsor other persons. Now that is information you just learned right now. Compare to the one you had before. Now, what are you doing with this information?
Yes. With this little information I've gotten from, let me say, from KKB during the program, I've added some things to my business. Like there are some things I'm not selling before. Like today, now I branched the market when I was going to school. I bought some earrings, very cheap.
That's why you came
and I
late.
sold it as
Business before interview.
so like I've added some things to my business.
Esho is laughing because she knows me. I will drop it as it's hot. That's why she always wants me around. Because the Jeffrey, I'm around you to see you. No problem.
Even there are some things that I've not started selling, but I'm already posting it on my status, and people are making demand for it. So like you don't have to have a huge money to start something. You can start posting, like get their numbers. You can go to anywhere, price their materials, price things like this, like collect their number, start posting on your status. From them, you will see buyers, you will see people will come into your DM, like demand for what you have actually advertised on your status. So I've added some things to my own business. So there are some things I'm not selling before, but now I'm selling it and I'm saving.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful word. Anyway, guys, in case you're tuning in, this is still now Radio 105.9 from, of course, with Jeffrey James on the afternoon drive. I'm having Miss ESHO Esther, founder of KKB, and also a health stream, ex practitioner, and also having there were a lot of them, but we're just able to get two of them to come over and give us a feedback of the experiences and what they have learned. And you know me, one thing about me, Jeffrey, you all know me. I keep my words very honest and very sincere, and I say it exactly the way it is. All right, let's get to find out from the other guests who attended the event to tell us our experience. First and foremost, you're going to be telling us a name and experience so far when she attended the event. So, welcome.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
All right, okay, go ahead and tell us who you are first and your experience at the event that you attended.
Yes. My name is Musa Balkis. My experience about the KKB, actually, when I get to the event, I understand more about the KKB. That KKB is all about building balanced relationship and finance and all those stuffs. My experience in the event is you being in a relationship. For you to have a balanced relationship, first you have to you have to give yourself, as in sacrifice yourself in the relationship. Go extra minded, because marriage in this nowadays is not you by eating shawarma in the morning, eating pizza in the night.
You have helped me broke the calabash open.
Because of the Nigeria situation now. So you being into a relationship, you have to know how to balance your relationship, multitasking, know how to between you and husband and child, know how to manage your time between the husband and child. Don't allow the time that you will use in taking care of your children to disturb the time of you and your husband, because different marriage now, there are some things that cause issue in different marriage by having maybe sexual intercourse between you and your husband. I'm tired, or I've been working since I've gone to work before I came back. I'm tired. I don't have the strength to after coming back from work, I've cooked and everything. So I don't have the time of having sex again. So all those type of stuff cause issue in some marriage nowadays. And another thing I learned in the event is procrastinating. I myself, I love that a lot. I'll do this now. I'm coming, I'll still do it. So in marriage, when you have the habit of procrastinating, it may cause an issue between you and your husband. Even children, it may lead to some issue. So
That's all right. That's a beautiful word. That's a beautiful word. That's it tells you you really learns a lot because there were lots. Okay, seeing the fact that the first guest that I actually talked about, which is Abel Omobola. Omobola is a Christian, right? And then, but in case you're a Muslim, so I can see there's a balance in here. So, from your religious aspect as a Muslim, what was your knowledge about relationship, money, um, health issues that you have been taught, or this is the way they've said it to you, and now that you attended the event, what is the difference between the information now as a Muslim that you are, and now that you've been exposed to this information? What are the difference now?
yes, I as a Muslim in relationship, I went to this Muslim school. So they usually teach us that in relationship we should know love is the first thing. When you love your husband and you have the mind of sacrificing anything to you and your husband, the marriage will be balanced and everything will be okay. With that, and I been in the events. So with the knowledge I have in the school, in the Muslim school, and the knowledge I have in KKB events, so it makes me to it's it brings a lot of experience to me that marriage have to be balanced by having a lot of when you want to balance your marriage, you have to pay a lot of sacrificing. You have to have a lot of patience. You have to know how to manage your time.
Yeah, to manage your time, have a
Yes.
lot of patience, have
Yes.
sacrifice, and all of that. And that's quite understandable. Thank you so much. I can see you guys were really gained a lot of knowledge. You guys actually was really got impacted by the whole event and all of that. Yes, I look forward to actually want to see more of what you guys have learned to be able to put down there in the society, because sometimes information gain is not for self only. Okay, it's for you to learn and be able to put up in the community that you are in the society and be able to share a part of those things with them. All right, okay, we're going to wrap it up very soon, but then let me come back to the woman herself, the woman of the hour. Speaking of Esther, Esha. Yes, yes, Esther. Yes, we're coming back to her to come and talk about all of that. Yes. So, guys, don't forget, it's still on our radio 105.9 FM. All right, okay, while we'll wrap it up, okay. Okay, now the event is over. What next is for, because this is the first one, and then a lot of people are saying, okay, we want to have this in Aguda, I want to have this in Sulere. Are you looking at having anyone anytime soon? And if it is soon, when, and if it's when, who, what is going to be the target? Is it going to be self still on health issues, finance, relationship, or you're looking at something else different? So
Okay, we're actually looking at putting, like, for the fact that we started doesn't mean it's the end of it. So we are trying to put things in place. So for now, I can't tell you when,
okay,
because for now I'm financially buoyant.
okay,
If you want to organize anything, you have to be
heavy.
Yeah, well, actually, we have a lot of stuff lined up. Like in my diary, I have a lot of stuff lined up that I have to do next. And sorry, I actually gain a lot in my program.
Okay.
Can I share?
Please go ahead and share.
Okay, that money.
I'm having somebody before he goes. He's a man like me, so I'll be wrapping up with him, which is going to tell us a few things about what he gave, because I'm very certain, 100% that he was there to be able to represent the men over there as well.
Okay, so I learned that our money is two things.
Okay.
Our money is our seed, and our money is our bread.
True.
I said,
Very
don't
true.
eat your seed. Don't eat all your money. Like every money you get, there is a seed in it and there is a bread in it. So you should actually plant the seed in that money and eat your bread. So don't just eat everything. You eating everything doesn't look good. So that is how you can actually keep on putting your money on hold. So I learned that my money is a seed and my money is also my bread.
Can I top that up?
Okay.
Let me top that up. What do you like this word? When money does not produce money, it's an abuse.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into details, but then in the creation of mankind, we were told by the book that the Lord God made them male and female to do what? To reproduce afterwards their kind. Whatever does not reproduces its kind is an abuse to the original.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to think about that. All right, okay, so is that all?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, I'll come to Udikar now. He's the only guy in the house here who's also had been the backbone. He had been the man behind the scene. Just stretch it out as being the man behind the scene. Even in radio here at the event, he's been the one doing every single thing. And trust me, he's a pastor, okay, who was just doing things codedly. I can see him posting something on social media that for all the men who can wake up at night, I'm standing between the gap. I said, today you go stand for me, tire, because I did sleep. I want just want to sleep. You go stand for me, tire. So since you won't stand, you never say anything. You go stand. So okay. So tell me, how was it so far? The whole preparation, how the event went through, the turn up, the people who attended. What are the experience like? What did you feel when you saw the event coming to fruition? Just tell me, how was it entirely?
Okay. My name is Gabriel Adika. I'm a music person and I'm used to hosting concerts, in fact. But for KKB, the girl child, it was a new experience for me. It was not like the normal settings of concert and everything. I needed to manage value. I saw that I needed to manage value. So we actually did what we call program evaluation.
Okay.
What went wrong, what went well, what we should improve on, and all of that. And I was actually fulfilled, even though we had some technical issues from the beginning that looks as if
those mic men, camera, those sound people, so a lot not gonna make everyone. That is when mic there is no battery.
That was not even ours was
generator. There's no fuel, or somebody walk and kicked wire.
That was the very time the generator packed up, and well, because of connection and networking, we were able to resolve that immediately. For the program, I hosted it. I was the anchor of the program.
Oh, beautiful.
So I gained a lot. I really gained a lot. And in fact, when she was mentioning the point where the guys were asking for the boy child, I was the first person that was attacked. I was the first person that was attacked. Gabriel, come on, we need to do this. The guys, in fact, I think it was even a lady that told me, yeah, it was a lady that said, the same way you are talking to the ladies, you're organizing this for the ladies, do something for the guys. Most guys don't have sense. In fact, a lady was telling me that I have sense more than some guys. That was how serious it was. That so I actually told her that okay, we'll
When
work.
you said
we'll
when you
work
said
on
most
some-
guys didn't have sense, something else came to mind. So I wanted to put it there. My song by Zlatan titled "Yeah Boyfriend." So
Oh,
continue.
wow. All right. So a lot of feedback. We had lots of feedback, and it was fulfilling. In fact, the program has given birth to a mentorship section. People want to save and all of that. One of the guest speakers is anchoring that already, how to save and all of that. We already have some people under mentorship, business mentorship, and all of that. I'm already into business, kind of. So I'm already putting people through. And she forgot to say something. There were people who wanted to come from the east.
Oh wow!
In fact,
That's beautiful.
there's a program that's supposed to go to the east by next month.
Okay.
Next month. Some persons in the east. In fact, she's going with me.
Oh wow!
She's going with it. Some people want to have KKB over there in east. Let me be specific, Owerri. Owerri. Some people are really anticipating and all of that.
You guys will go and come back.
Amen. 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 So
you know when you watch your own video, African Magic, and their warriors they want to go and send to go and bring one leaf that will cure the king's daughter. They're like, you people will go and come back.
all right. So we it was fulfilling. If we, just like you said, if we have all the resources, I don't mind holding this program every month. Every month.
We will.
There are a lot of things. We, in fact, the speaker that spoke about financing and everything, he needed to cut a lot of things off because of time.
Sure.
And it's not something. It's not. Let me say it was not a teaching class. She needed to do some practical stuff.
Yeah.
She wanted to explain something, but because of the timing and everything, so she shoveled off some things, and I was fulfilled.
Personally, you were fulfilled. That's quite a great one. And then I'm talking about the timing and also the events, looking at all, having it sequentially and having it progressively. Like you earlier said, it's going to be by monthly basis and all of that. Well, building up a dream, start from a ladder. You're climbing a ladder one at a time. Before you know, true vision speaks for itself. Yeah. Okay, you don't announce about when something is true. Okay, you can't fake truth.
Sure.
You can't fake truth. And when something is true, truth will find what it needs to serve it itself. Let me not go into that, but then we'll make sure everything goes. So long the vision is true and you're true, forget it will come. The sponsors will come. Now people are talking about the Owerri, from Owerri, Abuja, Calabar. And Calabar, even maybe the two of you said for me to see the with the sign paper. Say, God, they change number for my head. But that time I can say, okay, I get all the video, I don't save them. All the interview has been recorded. But I can't hear the whole Nigeria. So anyway, I need to wrap up now. But before I let you guys go, so what's the the next step? Or where is the next step? Or we're looking at where is the next step? Yeah, okay, are you gonna be talking there as well about health issues as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, beautiful. We wanted to go into more details, but we will not because we don't have time. But then we just want to emphasize it about the ladies and all of that. But then wanted to talk about the male guys. There are guys also who don't cut their hair, they leave their bed anyhow, and then you're toasting the girl is turning you down. You're like, hey, this girl, you owe me for this campus. Papa, go shave. And all of that. And then I have a couple of guys I've seen that we play football, and then they lift their hand, you see their armpit is hairy, and then you asking them to tell them, now we made the shave. You could see the mentality. You're telling that women they shave. Some just there with the boxers, and they go to a club, they go to a party, or you go to work, and then you return back with the old traffic. You're sweating in Lagos, eating gala. Give me Pepsi, give me this. You're sweating. You still reach, you bath. that same boxer was what you wore to sleep, and the next morning you are scratching, say something they do me. Nothing do you, Baba. So there's a whole lot of issues we can talk about. What time is going to permit us? You guys know it's always hilarious when you guys come around. Anyway, Sha. So thank you so much for calling, Gabriel Odika. Thank you so much for calling, Miss ESHO Esther. Am I pronouncing that ESHO well? ESHO. ESHO. Okay, ESHO. I didn't want to say it. I'll say it. Maybe I'll say it already because I'm very. Each time I that name ESHO, what is going through my head is meat. ESHO meat. Meat is what is coming to my head. Meat. Then just put some bokoto amala. We do everything as segment get has concluded. Thank you so much for coming all the way from Unilag. Thank you for coming late. Do you make profits by studying the ring? That was what on the hearing. I understand. Business first, Igbo Yoruba. That's what we are seeing here. And thank you so much also, Balikis, for your own accelerating time. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I hope to see you guys whenever I want you guys. Am I good on that? All right, okay. Thank you. Okay, guys, this is what I'm going to call up a wrap. But then after this segment, I'm going to be having my other guest. She's seated and she's ready for ours. Her name is Mrs. Chika Namani. Of course, we're going to be talking about drug abuse and female addiction in the society. You don't want to miss this because she's also going to be spilling fire. Until I come, your part in a short minute. Let's go enjoy some break. We'll be right back after this. Of course, let me dedicate this song because they are all ladies here and they were attacking their boyfriend from Zlatan. Enjoy.